Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to learn Node.js in a single video. So before we start moving forward, please subscribe this channel if you haven't subscribed this channel. So let's see what we will learn under Node.js. So first, we will see what is Node.js and its core features. Then we will understand how we can work with the file system, and we will understand the modules. Then we will see how we can work with the HTTP request in Node.js. Then we will be learning how we can send a response like HTML data, and at the last we will understand how you can parse the incoming request. Okay, so let's understand what is Node.js. So Node.js basically it's a JavaScript environment that allow to run JavaScript outside browser. So it's run on the Chrome V8 engine. So the Chrome V8 engine basically it's a core of Chrome which allow us to run the JavaScript outside the of browser. So this is what overall Node.js definition. So due to this, Node.js is very performant. Okay. Now let's come to the core feature of Node.js. So Node.js runs in a single process. So what is mean by single process means no matter how many request Node.js is receiving, so it's basically entire Node app will run in the single process. It will not create any new thread for every request. Okay. Now Node.js provide a set of asynchronous input primitives and basically that prevent JavaScript code from blocking, and library in Node.js basically are written using non-blocking paradigms. Okay, and Node.js also resume operation instead of blocking during IO operation. So IO operations like reading from the network, accessing database, or performing file systems like read, write. So instead of blocking the thread and wasting CPU cycle, Node.js basically will resume the operation when the response come back. And Node.js basically also allow to handle the thousands of concurrent language with the single server without introducing the burden of managing thread concurrency. Okay, and the last feature is like you don't need to learn a new language to start working with the Node.js, because uh, because if you are already working in front-end technology, and you know how to write JavaScript, then I mean the same feature of JavaScript we will be writing inside Node.js. Okay, so whatever you are writing on the client side, the same JavaScript code you will be writing on the server side. Okay, So this is what I mean, this is that's all about Node.js. Okay, so let's jump into the VS Code and start implementing some of the Node.js features. Okay, so I'll be move into the my VS. So as you can see, as of now, I have empty folder. Okay, and I will create one file. Okay, like index.js. Okay, now I will write console.log hello world. Okay, so in order to run this file as a Node.js, you need to install the Node.js, okay, application. So this latest feature you have to install. Okay, once you have installed, depending on your machine, whether it's Windows or Mac, so after successful installation, just come to the VS Code, and spelling is wrong. So just open the terminal by Control Shift backtick. Okay, so this will open your console, and you can use the command like node index.js. Okay, so you are able to see the console here. Now this console log, you might aware, we also use in browser. Okay, so Node.js also provide this method console. So you can use both on client side and server side, but something called like browser API you cannot use inside Node.js. So like document dot get element by tag name, let's say. So you cannot do like this inside Node.js. Okay, so this is the browser API, and it can be only use only the client side. Okay, so this thing you cannot do. Okay, okay, so now we will understand modules. So I will go to the official doc. So let's go to the docs here, and you can click on this API reference documentation. And so as you can see in this common JS module, so in Node.js, in order to access any library, we have to basically use the require method. Okay, so as you aware, I mean, you might aware of front-end library like React, where we used to use import, but in Node.js we have to, in order to get the file or library, we have to use the require. Okay, so let's jump. Okay, so now we will be working with the file system. Okay, so suppose I need FS, so you don't need to even install this FS file system. It is already come with the Node.js. Okay, so you can do like require. Okay, and I will remove this one. Now suppose I wanted to write something on the file. Okay, so you can do something like this: write file, and you can give a file name like data.txt. Okay, the file extension, and the second argument like data. So you can give like hello node.js, you can give something like this, and this is optional. You can provide this encoding, or so this three option we have encoding flag, so we don't need to use as of now inside this video. Okay, now the third argument, like you can pass a callback function if there is an error. So if there is an error, so just console log error, and if there is no error, then write like write file success. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I will clear the console and I will run again. So as you can see, I got that file with the name data.txt, and inside the file whatever I pass here, it getting updated here. Okay, now I wanted to read the file whatever the content is written inside. So we can do something like this: fs dot read file. Okay, so you have to provide the file name. Okay, and you need to provide the callback function. The first argument is if there is an error, and the second argument will be the data which present inside the file. Okay, so if there is an error, then console log error, and we will return. Okay, simply here else. So let's no need else statement here. So console.log, so this will be like data and data. Okay, for not just comment this one. Okay, because we have already performed the right operation. So let's see. So what? Okay, this is the file extension is incorrect. Okay, so look, so we got something like buffer. Okay, so this is not a useful for us. Okay, so what we can do here, we can do something like toString, and now we are able to read the content whatever we have put inside that data file. Okay, now next we will see how we can work with the incoming HTTP request. Incoming HTTP request, I will create one more file here, and I will name it as a server.js. Okay, so we have to import HTTP module. So we need to require this HTTP module from Node.js. Okay, to basically work with the incoming HTTP request. So here we are going to basically create a basic server. Okay, we will be setting up a basic Node.js server. That is what Node.js is built for, to create the server. Okay, So we can do something like this: const server equal to http, and you can use the method create server here, and you can use like not this one request, then the response, and you can write something like write. So here basically we are sending some data from the uh, server. Okay, so again I'm giving hello node.js, and you can basically and basically tell the node.js like we have done with the our uh, writing the data basically here. Now you can listen this server, okay, and this will accept a port number. Okay, so I will be listening on 3000 port. Okay, and I will clear the console, and this time I will run with like node server dot js. So as you can see, I'm not getting any error, but it's look like my terminal got stuck because Node.js server doesn't stop after parsing all the lines of code, because there is an ongoing event handler is going basically behind the scene. Okay, so you can do like control here to stop the server, but actual this is not an error overall. So in order to see this message, we have to visit this port in a browser. So look here, we are getting the hello node.js. So this is not a um, browser hide JavaScript. This is a server hide JavaScript. Okay, so we have how we can work with the HTTP request with the Node.js. Now we will see sending a HTML response and how we can do that. Let's see. So I will change this content here. Okay. So this response I will change, and I will make it like h1 and h1, and I will again write hello node.js. Okay. Since we have made the changes in our file, we have to basically quit this server. Okay, and we have to restart. Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, in the browser I will reload. So here what is happening? Okay, if you go to the network tab, so here what is happening? um, in the request header, you can see like not in request header, in the response header, as you can see, this browser basically is guessing that this content is a HTML content, but in the response header we are not getting a content type. So this browser just guessing that we are receiving the HTML content. Okay, but as you can see in the network, we don't have a content type. Okay, here, so this might not work in some other browser. So we have to explicitly hit the header while sending the response. So to set the header, we can do something like this: set header, and there is two way to set the header. Okay, so content type and text HTML, and I will show you the first one, the plain one. So if you set the header like this, text slash plain, so it will basically send the entire text. Okay, it won't basically convert into the HTML. Okay, so if you reload, so you will get the entire text here. Okay, and in the network tab you can see now we are sending the content type text slash plain. Okay, now you can do like this HTML, because the this is the HTML, so you can do something like this, and you have to again restart server and come back. Now our browser, we have specified that the content type is HTML, and this will work in all other uh, browser as well. Earlier it was guessing. Now we are explicitly defined the header that content is a HTML. Okay, so this is how we send the HTML response from the server. Now let's move to the last part, that is how we can parse the incoming data. Modify this server.js file to work with the parsing incoming data. Okay, so the parsing incoming data means as till now we were sending on only the response, like get method. Okay, so now we will create one small home, and after like submitting some detail, then we will make a post request. That request we will do a parse uh, here. Okay, so instead of to send the response like HTML, I will send the response now home. Okay, so I will use a backtick here, and I will use like form. Okay, so and there will be input, so the type will be text. Okay, and name will be like name. Okay, so simple one input field is there, and one button will be there to make the request. Okay, so and we need to define this button as a type is equal to submit. Okay, so let's see, we have to close this one. So we are able to see our basic home. Okay, now we have to make basically a post request. Okay, so means this home will accept some data. So as of now you can see, if you're typing something here, so like Peter, so you can see the browser is getting refreshed, and this is the default behavior of browser, and it making a request. Okay, so we have to basically whatever the request it is sending, we have to basically pass the incoming request here. Okay, so first we have to modify some method here. So we have to modify like post, and we can pass the action means URL. So we are basically redirecting towards the home. Okay, now this time we will be using this request argument here to pass the incoming request. So let's body equal to this one, and you can basically console log request dot method and request dot URL. So and I'll just refresh this one, and since I have changed the file, so I will do again restart server. Okay, so now we have to make a request here. So let's suppose here, and I'm making a request. So you can see that we are getting the method like get. Okay, and we are getting the that URL slash name is equal to Peter. Okay, so we need to basically parse this incoming request. So there is a method called request.on, and we have one more once means this will run only once, but on basically run multiple times. Okay, so in the first argument you can pass data. Okay, and the second argument you have to pass the chunk, and you have to just push into the body chunk. Now you have to basically inform the Node.js server like we have done with the parsing. Okay, now you have to send a response back after done with the parsing. So we can do something like this. Okay, request on, and we can specify the end, and again we can pass the callback, and body is equal to buffer dot concat body to string. Now let's see the body here. Okay, I will kill the server because we have again made some changes in file. So I will just remove this one and reload. Okay, so you can also see some. Okay, body is empty as of now. So we got the name Peter. Okay, now basically we need to basically split this name because we are only interested in the Peter, not name is equal to. So we have to remove this one. Okay, so let's specify some like name now. So if there is no name, then there will be unknown name, and we will write one condition. If there is body, then what we can do, like name is equal to body dot not splice split. So we will split with this equal to, so it will push into the array basically, and we have to enter it in the second index. So that is 1. Okay, and we can basically console log the name here instead of body. Okay, so Peter, you can see we got the theater. Okay, but you saw that after getting the theater, we again getting the unknown name, because uh, we have to move this code inside this in end basically in inside this method, because after submitting the form, uh, we have to basically get the response from the server. Okay, so once the form is submitted, we will receive the response. So so the response is nothing but the name actually, which is we split here. Okay, so ultimately we will get the name theater, and we can show the name here like this. So you can use a string interpolation. So name. Okay, so if initially if there is no name, then this will display unknown name. Okay, the moment you enter the name, it will display this name, whatever you have entered in this form. Okay, so I hope you guys understand this concept of Node.js in this video. So this is just a basic of Node.js. Okay, and we don't basically use all this manually thing with a Node.js. Okay, so we have a better approach like Express.js, where we don't have to basically manually parse request like this way. So that is a better approach, and I will make the video on Express JS as well. Okay, so I hope you learn the concept of Node.js. So if you like this video, then please press the like button and subscribe the channel to get more video on the JavaScript.